race here in Moto 1. We'll show you the highlights from earlier today. A big surprise off the start. Justin Barcia on the number 17, his first race ever in this class, grabs the early lead, Jeff.
Yeah, and it was Ryan Villopoto, though, with a fifth-place start that would start to work his way up front. He passes his teammate Jake Weimer. Ryan Dungey, the reigning champion, makes a mistake. Villopoto blows by, but look at Dungey, barely keeps the bike on the track.
So Dungey would have to regroup and go back after Jake Weimer. A great battle here. That would put Dungey up into third, but a long way to go to catch the leaders. And speaking of the leaders, Justin Barcia has company. Here comes Ryan Villopoto.
And watch the commitment here by number 2, Villopoto, to the inside. Takes the lead away from the rookie 450 rider.
So that would put Villopoto in the lead. The question was, could Dungey follow him through? He challenges Barcia late in the race.
Same spot, same result. Dungey gets by Barcia, but Barcia puts up a fight, and as they get into the lapped riders, they split these riders.
And Barcia would go to the inside. That would work ordinarily, but look at Dungey able to squirt by around the outside. He would take over the number 2 spot, but too little too late. Ryan Villopoto gets away early and wins the first moto. And we'll show you the results. Great ride. Justin Barcia going to hang on for third in his first race on a 450cc bike. The real damage, Chad Reed, formerly your series points leader, could not get going. He ends up in fourth. For more, let's send it down to the starting line with the third member of our broadcast team, Tina Dixon.
Thanks, guys. I'm with Ryan Villopoto, who is the overall points leader right now, and you also took Moto 1. How do you carry that momentum into Moto 2, especially with the new bike?
Yeah, just get a good start. Everything worked out really well that first moto. The new bike was worked really good for us. So I think you know, we're sitting in a really good position. Just need a good start and you know, a solid 30+2.
And sitting in number 2 overall is Ryan Dungey right now. You won here last year on this track, but how much of a battle is it going to be between you guys? Are all so close.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's the track's really turned out to be pretty well. I think that last moto was good, and I think get up to a good start is going to be key, and just put down some good laps. You know, it's going to be a little bit rougher, a little drier, but see what we can do and have some fun.
All right, guys, so obviously start is key, and we're now going to make our way over to Chad Reed, who is getting prepped for his race. And Chad, you started off this season strong. In the last 2 rounds, you struggled a little bit, but coming into this race, what are the small changes that you need to make?
No, I just got to change up myself. You know, I think since Millville, I just been gun shy and just got to get out there, let that go, and go for it. And I'm disappointed in myself. So I've got to get a good start. Starts there, and don't be around anybody else where you get stuck in their pace, and get out front and try to set my pace and try to win another race. All
right, best of luck, guys.
And the rider who jumps the furthest can now take advantage of that. Now, Jeff, we're putting you on the spot here. We know at allysports.com you play in the fantasy game. Who are your picks this afternoon?
Yeah. Oh, I got Dungey, Reed, Byrne, Weimer, Craig, Dietrich, Les Smith, Sewell. And I spent $95 million on that. It's an expensive day for me.
Yeah,
expensive
roster, I didn't think that'd be that bad.
Yeah, but problem is Villopoto won that first moto. He's getting all the key points here. We'll see if any of my team can rebound in Moto 2. It's going to be tough, though, because Villopoto looked pretty sharp.
And he's lined up to the inside, Jeff. Explain. A lot of times on a motocross track, you don't choose that first gate to the inside, but Villopoto has.
Yeah, you would line up more here towards the middle, but here he is on the inside. Let's see if he can pull the whole shot.
All right, 1 moto is complete today. Villopoto won it. Here is race number 2. And they're battling. Looks like Villopoto got pinched off on the inside. It's going to be Jake Weimer on the 32 and Mike Alessi on the number 800 out front.
Wow, look at this soil here, this mulch that we have in upstate New York. Incredible racing surface, but the rest of the track was not prepped, was not smoothed out, and you can see gnarly, nasty ruts here that the riders will have to negotiate here in a very difficult track in Moto 2.
Look at this pack fighting for it right now. You got the 17 of Barcia, who was a star earlier today in the first race. He is up to third. Villopoto on the number 2, battling with Dungey, and in front of them, the number 10 of Justin Brayton.
And I believe the 2 of Villopoto has gotten around Dungey through that tight tree section.
We'll see if Dungey can respond over this big tabletop jump. Now they land, and you see the 32 of Weimer under fire now from the 17 of Barcia. A teenager out of New York, got a lot of fans cheering for him. Barcia wants the lead. To the inside he goes, and Weimer's got it covered.
And you see Justin Barcia switch up the line.
And he's trying to get Weimer, trying to get to that number 2 spot while Alessi tries to get away in the number 1 spot. Then you got Villopoto and Dungey. So many riders all over this track trying to make passes.
Oh, and Barcia, a few riders there on that right-hand side of this stair-step area. You can see where the dark areas are. That's where they put down some water to minimize the dust, but it also makes it really hard and slippery.
Barcia has made the move now on Weimer, and Weimer under attack from his teammate Villopoto. All these riders, Jeff, they know you've got to get up front early, so these first laps, it is a battle right now. Villopoto going for second immediately, and Barcia shuts the door, puts the bike right in front of him so he can't get by.
Villopoto is riding with some serious confidence right now and determination.
Look at that line. You're not supposed to be able to pass there, but Villopoto's going to try it. He pulls up alongside of Barcia and takes the second place spot. Unbelievable.
Riding way on the outside, trying to find the smooth lines. You notice they funnel back, right back down into one line, but Villopoto right now, I love what I'm seeing out of him, and in this position, he just is firing away. He's not wasting any time.
Neither is Dungey. Dungey has cleared the 32 of Weimer. He knows he's got to get the 17 of Barcia. He cannot let Villopoto get away.
Jason, clearly in Moto 1, it was Villopoto and Dungey. Both riders set the fastest lap times, 2:05s, and as we come around right now, track much slower. Alessi at 2:12 out front, but it was Villopoto with a 2:11. I'm not sure they're going to be able to match that 2:05, but what I'm sure is I believe the 1 can match the 2's speed, but Barcia is in between.
Yes.
Okay, so Dungey right here, sense of urgency, he's got to get past Barcia and put on a charge, because if they allow Villopoto to get out front like in Moto 1, he may just check out.
The way these guys are battling in the first lap, you'd think this is a sprint race, but you look at the clock at the top of the screen, folks, it's a 30-minute and 2-lap race, so plenty of time to make things happen. Meanwhile, Villopoto has made it happen. He has gone past Alessi and into the lead. So Villopoto has passed about 5 riders on the opening lap and a half, trying to take off here at Unadilla.
He's inspired. He's obviously comfortable and more confident here. Kawasaki taking a little risk, going with the 2012 machine, and it is definitely paying off at this point.
And Alessi having a rough ride, being bumped around on these massive obstacles here at Unadilla. He has lost ground, and this is going to allow Villopoto to race his own race, Jeff. And how much of an advantage is it to be up front like this?
Oh, at this point, really, because he's got a clear track, not use any tear-offs. He can get into his pace. Dungey, if he wants to get up there close to Villopoto, he still has to work his way past Alessi and a very quick Justin Barcia.
It is not going to be easy. This is going to be a good one. So stay with us as Alessi, Barcia, Dungey, Reed, Weimer, Metcalf, and the best of the motocross world battle for victory here at Unadilla. There's the mechanics area. They're pretty nervous. This race is just getting started, but it is close already. Battle is on here. Second, third, fourth, all up for grabs. You're watching NBC Sports live coverage of the Lucas Oil AMA Pro Motocross Championship. The man with the number 1 on the yellow bike is Ryan Dungey. He won this race last year. He won the championship last year. He's riding well this year, but the competition has definitely stepped up around him, especially today.
Yeah, it has, and he's trying to chase down a rookie to this class. Justin Barcia, 17, riding that red factory Honda. His first ride on a 450 here today. His starts have been the key thing to put him in a good position.
And then he took advantage of that good position to take over second. Take us through this, Jeff.
Watch Barcia to the inside, just hammers the throttle, and you know he's got to love having the power of that 450 after riding the smaller engine, the 250, for most of his career here.
So that drops Alessi to third and then quickly fourth. Here comes Dungey around the outside.
Yeah, just finding the smooth line right now, carrying some more momentum, and this inside has really got a hook in it. It has not been working here in the second moto.
And explain what that hook is there that Alessi ran into.
Yeah, you go into the turn instead of a nice smooth apex around the turn. It's got a little hit to it. Stops your momentum. The question is now that Dungey has worked himself up into third is can he get past Barcia, and can he make a move on Ryan Villopoto? Because Villopoto is out front, setting a 2:08 lap time. And Dungey comes by with a 2:09.
Let's talk about these two. You got Jake Weimer, that's Ryan Villopoto's teammate on the Monster Energy Kawasaki. They're debuting a brand new bike today, that 2012, and it has paid off. Weimer riding, I'd say, his best races of the year. A great performance in Moto 1, strong in Moto 2, and look who he's holding off. Chad Reed, the man who led the series standings all the way up until our previous race on the tour. Reed just can't seem to get the rhythm back.
Yeah, and that's really what it's about. And I loved his comment there when Tina was with him, and he told us straight up, this is the deal. I've got a little block in my head. Mentally, my horrific crash from Millville is it's taking its toll on me, and I need to unlock that. And it's all him. Bike, team, everything's great. It's the mental side of it here that is now so important for Chad Reed if he wants to get himself back in this title chase.
Well, the first thing he's got to do is try to get around Weimer, and today Weimer has proven awfully tough to pass. Reed knows it firsthand. Here we go, uphill.
I've been really impressed with Weimer here today, and you know, oh, here we go.
Got to be impressed with Dungey over that big sky shot. Draws up alongside Barcia. Barcia likes this inside line. Oh, but he makes a mistake. Will that open the door for Dungey?
Dungey made the same mistake. Different line. Wheel to wheel. Now Dungey's got a little line. Can he go down the inside?
Oh, and it's so hard to stop for this corner. You see them locking up the brakes. Both able to negotiate it, but Dungey not able to take advantage of that mistake by Barcia. He's still in the number 3 spot.
But Dungey always is just so patient and so strategic. Okay, he doesn't seem to have a sense of urgency, and I think that you misread how bad he wants the championship and how hard he's working for it. But you can definitely see a difference. Whereas the beginning of the race, the first 2 laps, Villopoto, he was a madman, passing riders instantly, not waiting. Dungey settling into a pace, taking his time. The problem is that Villopoto, not only is he out front, but he's out front setting the fastest lap times. So it's really hard to catch the guy when he's doing that. Villopoto turned a 2:07. Barcia and Dungey a 2:10. So now Dungey already 12 seconds behind the leader.
Tina, what do you have down there trackside?
Well, you guys are talking about the fast lap times of Villopoto, and I talked to Mike Fisher, who's the team manager over at Kawasaki, about why the change of bike so late in the game, and he said, it's this simple, it's a better bike. Villopoto's times on the laps improved. In fact, the time in a longer period improved, and from the time Villopoto left the truck to the track, he liked it immediately, and that's why the change.
Yeah, and I mentioned earlier that I thought that Kawasaki took a risk, and the risk is using a new bike with very little time on it. They obviously are very confident in this machine, because only one time that I can remember when Grant Langston was on that Yamaha, they put him on a new bike, the next year's bike, before the previous year was over. Kawasaki is obviously confident with what they've done. Jake Weimer is having the best day of the season. Okay, to me, he looks more confident. And Villopoto, well, he's out front, won the first one. He's led the most laps today. He's led the most laps this year. So a lot of good stuff happening for that Monster Energy Kawasaki team.
Yeah, Chad Reed doesn't want to hear anything about that. He's on the red bike, the Honda, and he just wants to get around Weimer. He would like to be up there battling Weimer's teammate Villopoto for the lead. But it has not come together for the 29-year-old from Australia today. But here he goes to the inside on Weimer.
This line's good, too. If he can double over, it's going to be a drag race to the top of the hill.
Reed's going to have the inside of the next corner. Will he push Weimer all the way wide? No. This allows Weimer to get back on him. Downhill we go.
Oh, and Weimer gets out in the soft stuff. Oh, Reed goes down.
Unbelievable. Reed had the pass made and goes down. He's going to get passed also by the number 10 of Brayton. There goes Metcalf. And that's the kind of day it has been for Chad Reed. Unbelievable. Championship points just slipping through his fingers with that. He had the pass complete. Take us through this.
Yeah, watch. He gets down here, gets in pretty clean, and rut kind of breaks away right in this area here, and rear wheel kind of skips over, and you can see the riders actually, the whole line changed right then by Reed blowing that berm out.
All right, Ricky Dietrich right now is running 10th in this race, and Nick Way in 12th. So that's the teammates on that Rockstar Valley Motorsports Yamaha team, showing they can get it done on 4 wheels as well as 2. These guys like to race, no doubt. You give them an off weekend, they will find somewhere to do battle. Justin Barcia continues to hold off Ryan Dungey. This is a race for the number 2 position today. And Barcia, 19 years old, is riding like a veteran, even though it's his first race ever in this 450 class.
First race, second moto, obviously. What I'm impressed with is they now have up to pace. It's the fastest pace on the track, faster than Villopoto last lap around by about a half a second. And that tells me that Barcia fending off the charge here by Ryan Dungey, but it's, oh, look at that big mistake there by Dungey. The rear wheel skipping out on him a bit.
And Barcia in the 250 class, where he normally rides, is known as being one of the most aggressive riders out there. He'll block you, he'll bump you. I don't know if he's going to play that way with Dungey, since he doesn't factor into this championship, but he's definitely making it difficult for him to pass.
It's factoring in at the moment, because it's allowing Dungey, or making Dungey, work for a second place and let the leader pull away, you know. So, and also Dungey's taking a little more chances than normal. As we look at the top of the screen there, there's 10 minutes, about 10:30 plus 2 laps to go in this moto.
Right.
And like I said earlier, it's not guaranteed that Dungey's going to be able to make his way past him. Not at the pace that Barcia is running right now, and that could be he could play a real spoiler in the points chase.
And point out what Dungey is dealing with by being stuck behind Barcia is the roost. Talk about that.
Well, the roost and the energy, having to ride so much harder, and take more chances. And Villopoto already passed the finish line here at the top of Gravity Cavity. He backed it back down to a 2:09, and Barcia comes by with the 2:10. So now they've kind of swapped it up a little bit, and Dungey at 2:11. So now he lost a couple more seconds on the leader.
And that roost is the debris being kicked up by the back tires. And at this track, most of the riders say it hurts more than just about any other place we race.
Well, there's these little small rocks in this. Well, and there's some big ones in there too, but they've done a good job over the years of keeping the topsoil, taking it and putting it back on the race surface. And in qualifying practice, it's really mulchy and it's really nice. But now that the track is starting to harden up a little bit, the rocks kind of find their way to the top. So now the roost becomes more rocky than it is mulchy and, you know, mud.
Does that mean it hurts more?
Oh, yeah.
And the guy feeling it right now is the number 10 of Justin Brayton. He is close to the back of the 32 of Jake Weimer. This is a battle for 5th, and not too far behind them is the number 24 of Brett Metcalf, and they are all in front of Chad Reed, who went down. He was leading this group. He crashed. The 3 of them got by Reed. So basically a 4-rider duel for the number 5 position. Brayton on the Muscle Milk Toyota Joe Gibbs Racing Yamaha, and the Monster Energy Kawasaki of Weimer, and then it's the Rockstar Suzuki of Metcalf. So a lot of different teams and manufacturers looking for a piece of the top 5 today. Great race here between 3 riders, Justin Brayton, Jake Weimer, and Brett Metcalf for 5th. There you see them all hopping, skipping, jumping up this big uphill in upstate New York's Unadilla Valley Sports Center. Weimer here putting in one of his best rides of the year, but he did lose a spot to Brayton while we were away at break. Take us through this one, Jeff.
Here, Brayton following Weimer in, and it's Weimer's mistake here exiting the turn as he misses his line, gets a little high side, so he's not able to double cleanly up on that little step-up double. Brayton hits it perfectly, just puts the power to the ground, makes the pass.
All right, so you got the Yamaha of Brayton in front of the Kawasaki of Weimer, and now the Suzuki of Metcalf. Oh, and Brayton has gone down, and all that work he put in to get to 5th, he's just throwing it away, and Chad Reed says thank you very much. Remember, Reed crashed there earlier in the photo. Yeah,
same spot. It looks like Brayton there, his clutch lever, which is on the left side of the handlebars, the bracket it's been bent up, so he's trying to hammer that back down and put his clutch lever position in the right spot.
Hey folks, be sure to check out AlliMotoshop.com. That's your home for official series and rider merchandise for AMA Pro Motocross. They carry rider t-shirts from the likes of Trey Kennard, that man right there, Chad Reed, Ryan Dungey, Andrew Short, and your race leader Ryan Villopoto, amongst others, and a lot of other great motocross products. So if you want to get to the track and get ready, go to the AlliMotoshop.com. Chad Reed will gladly take the gift position from Justin Brayton, but at the beginning of the year it seemed like Reed was always able to rebound when he needed to. Unfortunately today here at Unadilla he's not been able to do it. You see he would not even be in the top 5 in overall points for the day right now. So Reed It's getting into desperation time. He can ill afford to lose much more ground in the championship to the likes of Villopoto and Dungey.
Yeah, and Reed came into the day 9 points off the lead, and at one point he had close to a 20-point lead.
Metcalf has caught up to Weimer again. So now it's a battle for 5th after we've lost Brayton from this train. Metcalf is a veteran out of Australia. Actually finished 2nd in this series last year to Dungey. Struggled a bit through the first half of the year, but he has been riding strong in the latter stages of 2011. And Weimer knows it because everywhere he goes, Metcalf is right there applying the pressure.
Boy, relentless at this point, and Weimer just taking the roost off the back, or Metcalf taking the roost off the back of Weimer's bike. And you can see he's really looking around, trying to find some new lines as the track is really rutted up. It gets bumps in it, it gets ruts in it, and it makes it hard.
Whoa, they get together, and they both go down. I believe that was incidental contact, and Reed may pick up more positions. He does. So Chad Reed got what he was looking for. Who's going to get up first?
Looks like Metcalf has a little problem. Oh, there's more hay bales down.
Brayton missed the line because Weimer was there, so Brayton might get the 2 positions back that he lost when he crashed. What a race here.
And it looked like to me that Metcalf, he fell on the right side of the bike and that there was an issue with the throttle. Now, normally if it falls in hard, it pushes the throttle housing and all that in, and the throttle will stick. So it looked like he was hammering on his bike a lot like Brayton was, trying to bend the clutch ever back into the right area.
So those riders in that battle, Reed, Brayton, Weimer, Metcalf have all crashed. These two riders are putting in solid rides. No crashes for them. The positions haven't changed either. It's still Barcia and Dungey. Take us through this Metcalf and Weimer battle.
Yeah, Weimer goes to square it up, and the rear tire squirts out just a little bit off the top of the berm, and Metcalf was just going to kind of roll next to him through the berm, through that turn, and small mistake. I do believe that it was, incidental.
Unbelievable. So Reed's going to pick up a few spots. Dungey unable to pick up this 1 spot. He has been behind Barcia the whole way, and we got to give credit to the 19-year-old Justin Barcia in his first race in motocross on a big 450 is riding amongst the best in the world and doing a great job of it. An amazing ride for this kid right here, the number 17 of Justin Barcia. He's a New York native, although he does make his racing and training home down in Georgia. The Honda team called him up from the 250 class to the premier 450 division for this race because everyone else on the team was out with injuries. And he has ridden a spectacular race. He is in 2nd place and is holding off the defending champion, Ryan Dungey.
Yeah, fantastic ride for Barcia, but this thing's been like a slinky. It's been back and forth. Just when Barcia stretches it out, it closes back up, and Dungey looked like he was at the point where he's going to make a pass, and then he tries some new lines. The ruts here at Unadilla have got the best of him, and he made another mistake. You can see he's a few bike links off the pace now. And for Ryan Dungey, frustration is now setting in. Just a little over 2 laps to go, and he's having trouble making it past the rookie at this point.
Had to save myself for this. I mean, we got a good battle going right down to the end. And Dungey is still digging to try to get by Barcia, and he still can't make it happen.
And you'll notice some of the flaggers have the blue flags that they're waving on the side of the track. That's to let the lap riders, like the 851 here.
That's Phillips.
To let him know that the leading group is coming through. Now, of course, Villopoto is already out front. He's already lapped these riders, but this is the lead group, and so it's a courtesy flag. There's no real rule about it if you stay in the line, but it is a courtesy to other riders. And some of these riders taking a look back, seeing the leaders come through, clearing the fast line. But sometimes that's hard to do, and sometimes the lappers play a key part in the overall results.
Well, yeah, because the riders are catching up to here. The 67 of Travis Stool, you saw he's in 17th. He's not going to pull over and stop. He's in a race of his own.
And you know what? Villopoto last lap around turned to 2:16. Barcia and Dungey were 2:12, and they've now closed it up to within 5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah.
So not sure what has happened with Villopoto, but lap and a half to go. He needs to get going.
Well, he's stuck behind some of the riders who are about to go a lap down as well. The 942, the Australian Ty Simmons, in Villopoto's way just a bit there. And that Barcia-Dungey battle is beginning to draw closer to Villopoto. And fitness is definitely going to be a factor on this rough track.
Yeah, well, just when you think that Villopoto has a nice, comfortable lead, you've got a two-rider battle that has been really intense. Each rider has just given it their all in this moto, and very little mistakes out of that second and third group. But a nice sight here for Villopoto when he sees the white flag. He'll know that there's only one more lap left on this extremely difficult Unadilla racetrack.
There's Barcia not too far back here in the last lap, and he continues to hold Dungey at bay. This championship is...
Oh, Barcia off the track.
Uh-oh. And he manages to get back on. Now, the rule is as long as you don't gain an advantage from going off the track, if you re-enter where you were, you will not be penalized. And he re-entered right where he was, right in front of Dungey. So he's okay. Here comes Dungey. Last lap, they almost touched. They're down. Barcia down. Unbelievable. Barcia ran such a spectacular race. And in the last lap, he might throw the podium position away. Can he get up and hold on for a top three? Wow.
Barcia remounts the Honda. I am surprised. That looked like a really hard hit that Barcia took as he tried to jump to the left into the main line, but Dungey already had the momentum.
He is lucky to get away from that unscathed. Let's take us through it, Jeff.
Yeah, watch as Barcia tries to jump to the inside to block Dungey, but he's there. Look at that. Oh, Barcia, surprising that he even gets up because there's so much momentum coming down that jump, but just kind of slid out of it. Really lucky fall that he didn't get hurt.
Yeah, and it helps to be the 19-year-old wild child. He's pretty flexible. He's pretty tough. We've seen him take some big hits. And all this going on, Ryan Villopoto doesn't know a thing about it.
I mean, think about that for Dungey, too. I mean, if that had gone the opposite way, they could have just thrown away the title there. Wow.
Well, here's the story on a very difficult racetrack here in upstate New York, arguably the toughest that they will face all year. Almost everyone in the top 10 has gone down at some point. Dungey barely escaped. Barcia's had a crash. Reed has had a crash. Weimer, Brayton. So many riders. The man who was consistent throughout this race that minimized the mistakes is Ryan Villopoto.
And my question was, by Kawasaki switching to the 2012 bike, how would Ryan Villopoto be at the end of Moto 2? Because that's where he's had a little struggle.
No problem at all.
1-1.
Absolutely.
Led the most laps. He dominates Unadilla.
Undefeated on the new bike, Ryan Villopoto wins Unadilla by taking both of the two motos. And Ryan Dungey able to escape with a second-place finish, but he was lucky with that one because Justin Barcia gave him everything he had in a fantastic race down to the finish. Stay with us. All right, thanks, Todd. I know Todd's a big motocross fan. He probably wishes he was here, and just as we could wish we could watch the Dew Tour out there in Portland. Meanwhile, Ryan Villopoto has won both motos here at Unadilla. He is your overall winner today. He makes the math very easy by sweeping the two races. We'll show you the race recap and tell you exactly how he did it. Here's the real battle. First, Ryan Villopoto at the top of the screen takes over the lead from Mike Alessi. Behind them, you got Justin Barcia and Ryan Dungey, and those two battle throughout the day. Here's Chad Reed trying to make his way through traffic. He gets around Jake Weimer to take over fifth and then goes down. Man, so Reed gives over a handful of championship points. You don't think he's going to get those back, right? But watch this. Jake Weimer and Brent Metcalf crash together. And by the time they untangle themselves, Reed on the red bike is going to cruise through and make up a little bit of ground. Then late in the race, Justin Barcia goes off the track. He's under pressure from Ryan Dungey, and then they come together on the landing of a jump, and Barcia goes down hard. Luckily, the 19-year-old was able to get up and salvage third. Ryan Villopoto wins the race. Dungey escapes with a second-place finish. The Ryans sweep it again. They have been 1-2 the last couple of races. This time, though, it's Villopoto getting the edge over Dungey, who had won the last two races on the tour. Great finish for Barcia. Reed salvages the fifth. Let's send it down to the podium with Tina Dixon.
Thanks, and Ryan, there were people questioning your decision to change bikes so late in the game. How would you sum it up for you, though? It's your birthday, and to win not only the first moto, but finally the second moto where you've had problems.
Yeah, you know, it's awesome. The team came to us and said, hey, we have this option. You know, Europe's running it, and we said, yeah, let's try it, because we were struggling, and we tried it, and we never looked back from then. As soon as we rode it, we knew that it was better. We worked on it, and you know, I just can't thank everybody at Monster Energy Kawasaki. You know, Dunlop tires, Thor, Parts Unlimited, Oakley, you know, my trainer, my fiance, everybody. Thank you, guys.
Well, congratulations, happy birthday, and enjoy this win.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, he's happy. He's got the points lead. That's a heck of a gift for your birthday. He'll continue to carry that red plate into the upcoming rounds of the Tour. Here are your overall results after 2 races are tabulated. Villopoto, Dungey, Barcia make the math easy. Reed and Alessi inside the top 5. Let's send it back down to the podium with Tina.
That's right, and Ryan, you were hanging in 3rd for most of the race, but talk about that crash when Barcia went down. What did you see?
I don't know, just trying to make the pass, and I don't know, but just really tried to ride a good race. I got stuck behind there for the whole race, but it's a little disappointing. But we got another weekend off. I think we can work on a few things, and but overall on the day, I'm happy. We pushed it, and days like today, we need to make the most of it. But for the most part, we had fun. Thank you, Team Rockstar, Miki Suzuki, everybody, and all fans and family.
Congrats for finishing up on the podium. That's right, Justin. You were in 2nd for most of the race. Crashing there at the end, what happened?
Yeah, it was a crazy race for sure. First 450 race, I was trying really hard. Mine and Dungey's line came together. There was a lap around the other side. Couldn't go anywhere. He kind of clipped the side of me, and we had a pretty hard crash for me anyway. I think he's got some sore feelings, so I don't know what the deal is with that. But go back home, train hard, come back 2 weeks. Southwick, one of my favorite tracks, and just the whole Honda team. I'm so pumped to be on that team and for them to give me that opportunity.
Best of luck moving forward.